June 16th, 2017 did mark 1 year that Michael's Angels Girls Club was formed. One of my main purposes for starting Michael's Angels Girls Club is so that the young girls of Edgecombe County and surrounding areas would have an outlet outside of school and home to be productive. As a young girl, sometimes when you have idle time, you have a lot of time to get into mischief. So I wanted them to have somewhere that they can come and show their strengths and their different talents and form a sisterhood. I wanted them to be able to express themselves through creativity and other ways. The name Michael's Angels Girls Club is actually in memory of my husband and our son, Michael Donovan Daniels, who we lost to a stillbirth in 2011, in February of 2011. So that's how we came up with the name. It's in memory of him, Michael Donovan Daniels. After our stillbirth in 2011, we actually had 2 more miscarriages. And I was diagnosed with a thyroid disease called Hashimoto's thyroiditis. And that's when we found out why we couldn't carry those pregnancies to term. So, in the midst of my sadness and struggle, God spoke to me and told me that there was a better purpose. And He actually let me know that what He wanted me to do was to pour everything that I would have poured in my children into the life of another child. So everything that I would have poured into Michael's life or the other 2 children's lives, that's my passion. That's what drives me to get up every day and to try to change the lives of these girls, to give them good memories, to give them a good start to adulthood so they'll be productive citizens, so they will all go on to graduate from college and be successful young women, not only in their community but in the world. So one of the ways that we kicked off last year was a sleepover at me and my husband's home, where we had 16 to 18 girls who slept over. We did s'mores over the fire pit. We had hot dogs over the fire pit, and we did a splash party. And the next morning we had our first yard sale. So what better way to celebrate Founders Day this year other than to, do what we did last year for the kickoff. So this year, all of our girls were in attendance with an exception of 3. So we had 32 girls that came over to the sleepover, and ranging in age 6 to 16.
We played different games and we did different activities. We played, the hula hoop game was when everybody had to hold hands and everybody had to step between the hula hoop the fastest.
We did a mirror game and we got in a circle and we got one mirror and we would go around saying what we love about Michael's Angels Girls Club and what we love about ourselves. And then we did another game. It was called the Mummy Game, and we had to wrap each other up with tissue paper, and whoever got done the fastest.
What we started off doing was taking a walk down to the garden. That was the first thing we did.
We went to the garden to talk about all the different fruit, vegetables, and each age group is going to have their own garden bed to take care of and decide what they want to put in the garden bed. So we have vegetables and we get new stuff going into the garden, and you go between the plant, and you can either use your hand and put gloves on, or use the garden tools to go between the plants and dig the weeds out. But you do not dig up the weeds beside the plant. The gardeners are going to get that because you might end up digging out the roots of the plant if you try to get the weeds between the roots. In my age group, I want to plant like a type of fruit or flower.
have taken over the community garden on St. David Street. I had just noticed that, the upkeep was down. I hadn't noticed anybody planting anything in the last few years. So we decided that we would take over the garden for the community. I want the girls to be able to, for one, make better lifestyle changes when it comes to eating healthy. So, we want to get away from those processed foods and sugary foods. So I want to expose them to some different fruits and vegetables that they may not even like right now, but I think after planting them and seeing them grow for themselves, they may, come to be able to acquire different tastes for different kind of food. Also, I just want them to be able to get their hands dirty, learn a little bit more about agriculture and things of that nature. They just enjoy each other's company. So I think it's a great learning opportunity for them, and it's also a good way to help the community.
What I love about Michael Angel's Girls Club that it inspires girls to do other things to help the community service, to inspire girls to come and do good things for people.
What I love about Michael Angel's Girls Club is we can come together with girls that we don't know and join the Swift family, and we still got the community we have fun at the same time. What I love about Michael Angel's Girls Club is that we get to communicate with other girls, and you get to become family with other girls that you don't even know, but when you get to meet them, they're just like family to you. And I love coming here because we get to do all those things and help the community.
We have done so much within this year with Michael's Angels Girls Club, from having yard sales to donut sales to being in the Christmas parade. At Christmas time, we also went to one of the local rest homes. The girls sang Christmas carols. They gave out gifts. We go to church, to my church in Rocky Mount, Greater Joy Baptist Church, and then we love to fellowship after church and go out to eat. We've gone to Raleigh to the Women's March. We participated in the Moore March. We have gone to the Museum of Life and Science, where we've gone for a festival across the street to the History Museum. We've had a luncheon that's going to be our annual luncheon. It's around Black History time. It's in February, and this year, for our first luncheon, it was awesome. We had some great speakers, from our Senator Erica Ingram Smith to Attorney Veronica Higgs, who actually came from Georgia. We had Letitia Allen, who came from, at the time, Seattle, Washington, who works for the Boeing Company. We had Jamila Hawkins, we had my mother, Linda Knight. We also had attorney Teresa Bryan and Shakita McDowell. We had a great panel. The girls really enjoyed that luncheon. I'm definitely excited about doing that yearly. We've also done some collaboration where we participated in a girls empowerment with 2 other mentoring programs, Pretty Sweet Bee and the Glowing Angels. This year we participated in the Happy on the Commons, where we had a booth set up and the girls did arts and crafts. We've done a lot of community service. We fed at the Bassett Center twice. Just the other day we helped out with the Princeville Community Cemetery. They needed volunteers to help get the grass cut. So community service is one thing that we love to do. So the girls they've been pretty busy, and I love to keep them busy early days, late nights sometimes, but I feel like we have done a lot over this past year, and we have a lot more to do.
Enhance the life of a young girl to help her reach her full potential, to inspire optimism while striving to turn weaknesses into strength, to promote a healthy and fun environment and a safe place when away from home.
Shanell Knight Daniels, founder of Michael's Angels Girls Club, has committed herself to inspire, lead, equip young girls to be their best of all times, hopefully increasing their level of awareness in an ever-changing world. There is a common vision shared among all supporters of Michael's Angels Girls Club: to create a girls' club sisterhood that will last a lifetime through better lives, better families, better communities, and better world. We will do this through educational adventures, field trips, and explorations.
people thank me for what I do for the girls, or the girls thank me for what I do for them. But to be honest, I need them just as much as they need me, because I've had some really, really dark days after losing my son and losing the other 2 children to miscarriages. And I also have a son who's incarcerated. So I've had some really dark days, some days that I couldn't even get out of bed. So Michael's Angels Girls Clubs gives me purpose. It actually gives me the opportunity to share my gifts with other people. So I need them just as much as they need me. To be honest, I don't know where I would be if I didn't have this organization. The sky's the limit when it comes to Michael's Angels Girls Club. I have no idea what God has in store for us, but whatever it is, we're going to be ready to do His will. But I would also like to recognize and thank Miss Christine, who's one of our parents, Miss Christine Exum-Smith, because she has helped me so much with Michael's Angels Girls Club. My vision has now become her vision. She has pushed me and just come up with so many ideas for Michael's Angels Girls Club, things that I didn't even think of. Her creativity and her professionalism is definitely appreciated. I don't know what I would do without her. She sacrifices so much of her time to pour into Michael's Angels